it's part 3 of the copper Telecaster build. If you missed the first couple of parts, we made the top and the back first. Got that all done, got the edge bent over. Second part, we got the sides soldered on, and we made a neck pocket to get this neck fitted in there. It fits in there, fits in there really well. So what we gotta do now is we gotta work out how the bridge is gonna mount, and we gotta work out how we keep it from flexing. So let's just see. So I'm putting some pressure on that there, and you can see it still has some flex to it. I've decided I'm gonna make a small wooden block right here, which the bridge can then still screw into in a traditional sense with the regular screws that you would screw a bridge onto a telly with. It'll all just fit in there nice and tight. And then we're gonna run a brace around that whole thing to just keep it from doing any of this kind of movement, which it's already pretty stiff, but obviously that's not stiff enough. When the back goes on, this thing's gonna be crazy stiff. It's not gonna hardly move at all. I have a feeling I probably don't even need this brace once the back goes on, but I'd rather be a little bit cautious and throw that brace in there. So that's what we're gonna work on right now. We're gonna make this wooden block, get it fitting all perfect. Then we'll run that brace in there and we'll make sure the wooden block can't move around in here. Okay, here we go. Enough rambling. Okay, so I have this hickory here, which is actually the same wood as the neck. This is all, I had a whole bunch of this rough sawn hickory, and it is just really hard. It's really hard. It's fantastic wood. It seems like kind of a shame to cut this block out of the middle of this nice stick, but honestly, this nice stick is really nice, but it's not going to be long enough once you cut the knots out. So it's going to be used to make fixtures and jigs and things like this little block. So we're going to chop this thing up and waste a whole bunch of wood right now, and that's what we're going to get out of it, is just this little square right here. Then we'll get the height figured out, and then we'll do all the string through holes and get the ferrules to fit in, and that sounds all super easy. Okay, we're almost done with this. I left some extra that we can sand down so I don't have any issues. Okay, my wood block is coming along pretty well. The string ferrules are going to rest in here. And so what's going to happen is I'm going to put the string ferrules through these holes and I'll solder them in, and then this will sit on those string ferrules pretty well tight. Let's solder the string ferrules into the back. Here we go. Okay, I feel like I'm about to have a learning moment here where I learned that all the solder is going to come up through and fill up all the gaps and make them look all funky, which I'm not excited about. Well, that block's fitting on there really well. You can see there it's held on really tightly. It's really good. It's just a hair too tall. So I'm just trying to slowly shave down to be the exact right height. Okay, status update. So that block worked out really great. Everything's fitting really well. The string through holes line up perfectly with the front. I'm really happy with the way it's fitting on the back here. That's going to solder up really beautifully. Yeah, this is coming together great. Really happy about this. I love the fitment of all this. It's going to be fantastic when I solder it. We're going to put a brace in here that ties the neck pocket around that block that we have in here and comes back up and ties back into the neck pocket. That'll just stiffen everything up and make sure it never flexes and never moves. This has come together really well. This has been a great little project for me. I really wanted to do it just to learn how to bend these sides over that way instead of using the tabs like I've been doing on the resonators. So I'm really happy I did this project. In the future, I want to do this just slightly different. There'll be a couple little things I'm going to do different, and maybe we'll see that soon, hopefully. I would like to make some more of these because they're super cool. I really like this body. It's awesome. It's going to be neat. It's going to be interesting to hear how it sounds. Okay. Can't wait to kind of get it a little further along. Here we go. Let's do that. Okay, this brace is going to go in here something like that, but before I solder that in and make it permanent, I want to get the neck pickup cut and make sure I don't have to bend this around it or something like that. We don't want to solder this in and then realize the neck pickup doesn't fit in that brace. So yeah, that's going to go in there something like that. It solders into the neck pocket. It'll solder all the way around the outside there. Thing's going to be super stiff, super solid. I like it. Okay, here's an update for you. I've got the jack hole drilled in it. I've got the brace soldered in on the inside. It's tied into the neck pocket extremely well. So that thing's really solid now. I finally have the inside looking like something I'm a bit proud of instead of looking like a wreck. It's not perfect, but it's pretty darn good. It might get a little bit more cleanup and sanding, although nobody's ever going to see it, except for anybody who watches this. This brace is nice. It makes it all the way around the pickups, and man, it just strengthened this whole thing right up. So pretty happy about that. I think that's going to work out really, really well. Okay, I'm super happy with how the inside of this thing is turning out. It's just coming together really nice. I like this brace in here. Everything's really stiff. It's got holes in it because I wanted to just add some lightness to it. The inside of this thing's coming out great. I was ready to just put the back on and solder it together, but I'm starting to realize, oh, I can't do that yet because I need holes in it for the control plate and I need holes in it for the pick guard. And since it's not going to be like a piece of wood where you just have a wood screw and screw it into a solid body, it needs something on the back to screw into. So I've got some little brass knurled nuts that we're going to solder into place to capture the control plate and the pick guard. I've got my template for the pick guard. I've got a piece of aluminum here, and I'm going to make the pick guard and the control plate out of aluminum. If we don't end up liking the aluminum, then these will just be templates for what we make it out of. Here we go. Okay, seeing that roughed out on there makes me decide that I definitely just want the half pick guard on here. I don't want the full one. So yeah, let's make this a half. I'm gonna just round it up over here, bring a straight line down there. Then we can make it fit really well with the cover plate, and we'll be moving on to putting the back on. I know some of you guys are gonna be really bummed that I'm gonna cut this thing off and just have this little, it's probably not even a half, it's a third. And just have a third of a cover plate, but you'll get over it. Here we go. Well, I don't think I've ever seen anybody do that concept, which I'm pretty happy about because that does not look good. So yeah, we're not doing that. We are doing this, which I do like. Actually, I like this a lot. I've grown to like this more than the standard Telecaster pickguard, although I do like the standard Telecaster pickguard, but for whatever reason, I don't know, I've just really grown to like that shape. Okay, I'm going to call that about 87.2% done with the fitment of that. Okay, for you metric people, I'm trying to switch to using the metric system because everybody says it's superior. So let's see. This is 3/16 of a millimeter from the end, which is right there. Yeah, this one's 3/16 of a millimeter from the end, right there. Yeah, you're right, that metric system's pretty slick. Okay, we got the pick guard and the cover plate on there. I don't have the holes in the slot yet, but we'll get to that, and I haven't finished that yet. So what I have are these little knurled brass, I don't know what you call them, they're knurled brass nuts. And those knurls are going to hold the solder really well. So I've already got flux underneath all of these, and I'm going to solder each one of those into place right there. And luckily the solder doesn't stick to aluminum, and it doesn't stick to stainless, which these Allen head bolts are stainless. So that should all just come together really nice. I think all we got to do now is get the strap button holes in here. I have the same concept for the strap button holes. They're just a little bit longer to account for the, you know, the thing. And then, yeah, then we can put the back on finally. Okay, here we go. All right, those went in really nicely. It's nice having a bit more experience with the soldering these days. I can tell immediately when I do and don't have good adhesion with the solder to the parts. When I first started, that was hard for me to understand and know, but now I can tell immediately when I'm good and when I'm not good. So I'm really confident that those are going to be plenty strong and they're going to hold in there really, really well. Okay, if you guys don't have any more thoughts on why we can't put the back on, is there something we forgot inside here? Speak up right now because I'm going to put the back on. Okay, you got 10 seconds. Well, I thought Chuck in the recliner back there was sleeping, but no, he piped right up. You don't have the electro socket jack thing in there. What are you going to do then, guy? Good job, Chuck. Way to go. So, we need a jack. We need electro socket. So, Okay, I think we can wrap this one up here. Now, obviously a lot of work and sanding went into this thing after we saw that last shot of the soldering. So it's all cleaned up now and kind of sanded somewhat good. It's not perfect yet. So it's a good thing it's going to be relics, because I don't know how you would keep it good enough to get a coat of lacquer on it without any fingerprints. It'd be really hard to get this thing perfect. It could be done, but it'd be really hard. So looking forward to the relic process. This is coming together really, really nice. I'm very happy with it. I'm pretty proud of it. I think it's super cool. I want to make some more, probably not copper, but probably brass and mild steel versions, stainless versions. For sure, this has been an awesome exercise for me. I don't know what to tell you guys on the wrap up. This thing is, it's super stiff now. It doesn't flex, it doesn't move. It's going to be great. It's going to hold the neck really well. A little bit on the heavy side. Not gonna lie, it's a bit more like a Les Paul than it is a Telecaster, but it's really cool. It's gonna be good. It's gonna be really interesting to hear it. I'm assuming it's gonna be dead quiet, right? I mean, everybody puts all the copper shielding inside the cavities of their electric guitars to keep them quiet. Well, the whole thing's made out of copper shielding. Okay, let's get out of here. I think the next time we'll try and get the neck on here, get all of that done, and let's string it up hopefully and give it a little bit of a strum. I don't know, we'll see where we get on the next one. It's coming along great. There's not that much left to do really. It should fall together pretty quick. I say that all the time, but anyway, I'm hoping it'll come together quick. All right, thanks for watching. Thanks for following along. It's been super fun. We'll see you soon.